Slept pretty good. One of those ones where it felt like I laid down, fell asleep, and didn't move until I woke up in the morning. It's nice, very nice. It's contrasted from the day before. Anyway, that went really well. It typically does. It was cool. We were in an online meeting with 4 warriors in Germany. Went really well. It's very cool, very fun. All right, so today's stanza is as follows. Stanza 14. Contemplate the workings of the world, listen to the words of the wise, and take thought that all that is good as your own. With this as your base, open your own door to truth. Do not overlook the truth that is right before you. Study how water flows in a valley stream, smoothly and freely between the rocks. Also, learn from holy books and wise people. Everything, even mountains, rivers, plants, and trees, should be your teacher. Let's get settled in. First bell. Just finished walking the dog, so I still feel the heat of the walk, the heat of my body. I also feel tightness in my chest. There's a line, kind of the line of a pillow underneath me that's pushing into my ankle. Sweat at the armpits. Feel sweat moving down my torso. Sound of birds. Quiet of the house. Feel my heartbeat. So ground. Feel comfortable there. Pelvis. Core. Heart space. Throat. Top of the head. Let's do 3 minutes of meditation. Say hi to. Yeah, got it back. All right, so I titled this stanza today as "The Medium is the Message." So a while back when I did an interpretation of this stanza, I described it as follows. Life is there to support you. What is right around you is that what is right around you that provides you light, warmth, and shelter, paved roads, and electricity. You are not alone, and others have walked where you have walked. Open your mind to the wisdom around you. You are never alone. So I made that interpretation, but I titled it "The Medium is the Message," and the point I'm hoping to kind of come to is this medium right here, Facebook, me talking to you over Facebook Live, over YouTube Live, over Periscope Live. I am, inserting myself and this practice into a space that is fundamentally centered around capturing your thoughts. Not just capturing your thoughts, but capturing them and monetizing them. Like the message to participate in Facebook is to participate at the level of thinking and thought capture and capitalism. And that is the message. And so the question I'm kind of raising is putting mindfulness into the kind of the anti-mindfulness. Facebook is the anti-mindfulness. Is that helpful? I know it is for some people, so I know it is helpful. But I wonder where the learning is. I mean, I know I can be captured by Facebook. I've been captured by Facebook a couple times, where my attention goes to something, I'm captured by it, and I think about it throughout the day. You know, certain people will say something, and I'll just be like, and I wanna like attack, right? I wanna, but that idea is blah 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 blah. So there's something to be said for that. I'm going to continue participating on Facebook and continue to be aware of Facebook's ability to influence me. But I'm also aware of my ability to interact with what shows up in my awareness. And so, in a sense, the same way kind of interacting with with a bunch of kids and watching how their attention is bouncing from here to there, and can you be present with that, et cetera, et cetera. In the same kind of way, I'm cultivating a level of awareness around thinking and thought capture that I think is supported by my interactions with Facebook. It's a kind of it's a mental addiction. Like, I can feel it. I feel it at night when we're watching TV, and like I'll get bored watching TV, and I want to watch TV and be on social media at the same time. And it's as though my mind is it just wants all this stuff. It just wants it. It wants it wants the triggers. It just wants it all. So I'm very aware of that. Now, am I being captured by it, and am I fostering the same kind of environment that Facebook is designed to monetize? I don't know. But coming back to this idea of the medium is the message, getting out into nature, that's the message. Reading a book about a wise person, that's the message. It's the physical engagement, right? So think less about the idea behind what's going on, because that's just kind of one realm, and more about the actual physical activity of what's going on. So the physical activity of going out and talking to a wise master, regardless of what you retain, it's the physical activity that's the message. It's the valuation of that person's wisdom. That's the message. It's less about what that person says and more about the fact that you went for it. Spending time in a stream, or spending time kind of sitting on a mountain or exploring a mountain. The message is the physical activity of it. It's the medium is the message. The message isn't the content. The message is the act. And the reason why that's significant is that it breaks down what the actual human experience is. It kind of disentangles content from experience. And the reason why that's significant is because there's this predilection for more content, more stuff, as though enough content, enough ideas, enough good ideas will get to this special place, which doesn't exist. So the idea is to start recognizing that the content itself isn't the goal. It's how you're participating with the content that matters. That's the key. And that's what this stanza is saying. It's about participation, how you're participating. Forget about what you're participating with. It's how you're participating that really holds the value, because what it does is it's the thing. Your participation is the thing that is the kind of the framework inside of where content exists. So the framework, if the framework is kind of stable and grounded, then you can interact with any content and not be disrupted. But if the content is like always shift, or if the ground is always shifting, like imagine going from one headline to the next headline to the next headline to the next headline in Facebook, then there's no ground for anything. There's just whatever captures your attention. But if you forget about the content and look at the ground, right, establish a steady ground, then whatever shows up, you're still basically grounded. That's the practice of mindfulness. Now, sharing the practice of mindfulness through the medium of distraction is a question that's worth asking. But coming back to the stanza, there isn't special information out there that you just have to learn and then everything's going to be this. It's your engagement with the information. And to engage with information, any information, whether it be a babbling brook or the words of a wise master, require that you yourself understand attention, understand how you're paying attention, understand what to do if your attention wanders somewhere else. Being aware is the key. And so that's the emphasis of today's stanza is that you can practice presence, practice your being anywhere, mindful of the fact that what you're cultivating is the kind of the framework of being itself, not the acquisition of even better, greater knowledge. There's just always going to be more, but the platform from which you build from has to be solid. And there's no way to keep that platform solid if you don't understand the fact that the medium is the message. A little bit tricky, that's for sure. Let's see if there's anyone to say hi to. And later, armor down.